Good evening, everyone. We are back, and this is episode 100, which is amazing. We're all a little bit buzzing in the background, so it is a week later than we planned, but the apocalyptic heat that's embraced the UK has finally dissipated. We are all alive, thank fuck. And we made it through. I didn't think I was going to on Tuesday night, I won't lie. It was very, very hot. But in true British style, I will moan about that for 5 minutes and then we'll move on. So yes, it is episode 100. It is amazing. There is lots and lots of things to talk about tonight. So we're going to get through our shout-outs and thank yous very, very quickly. So a massive shout-out to our mapping and virtual tabletop tools, Incarnate, Owlbear Radio and Dungeon Alchemist. Owlbear Radio have just released version 2.0 in the beta. So as of next week, hopefully, we will be using the brand new Owlbear Radio interface, which is going to be fun. There's a lot of updates for this week because I already have the map built and we're carrying on an encounter from last time. We're going to keep it in version 1. But yeah, Owlbear Radio 2.0, lots of fun. So following on from that, character creation, massive shout out to Hero Forge and of course D&D Beyond, not just for character creations, but all things Dungeons and Dragons. There's been a few book releases. Wizards of the Coast are releasing things in sort of dribs and drabs now into D&D Beyond, so a lot of Spelljammer stuff. Obviously Journey Through the Radiant Citadel's just come out, which is an interesting read. I've managed to skim through it. Pretty awesome stuff in there, which I don't think we will feature in Campaign 1, I'm going to say that right now, but some of those concepts may bleed their way into other campaigns, so we'll see what happens. And of course the DM tools, which I use in the background there, so Kassoon, 5e Magic Shop, and then 2-minute tools, and the Thieves Guild website as well, with a few handy additions in there to my DM's toolkit. Of course the audio tracks that you hear, or some of the audio tracks you hear, are courtesy of Tabletop Audio, so a massive shout out to them. But for the sound effects that you hear every week and enjoy every week, we have to give a huge shout out to Battle Bards, who have been with us since the beginning, and we have had this code since the beginning as well. So if you want to get yourselves a cheeky discount off some sound effects, then go and register at Battle Bards, use the code Malt and Magic and get yourself that discount. Get yourself some sound effects for your home games, for your radio plays, podcasts, streams, whatever you're doing. They are awesome, and it's a really nice, easy interface to work with. Actually, you just pick the track, click it, job done. So yeah, that's the thank yous and shout outs. Of course, go check out the social media links. There's been a few updates today about stuff we will discuss in just a second. So go check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, of course. Hopefully most of you are here. YouTube, to those watching on YouTube right now, hello, thank you very much. It's not live on YouTube, but that will be on Friday. And of course the TikTok community as well, which is steadily growing. So I posted a bit of a random video on there earlier just to talk about episode 100. So I suppose the other thing, of course, is to go check out our podcast. I finally started listening to it again after a bit of a break, having to deal with lots of things going on at work. So yeah, go check out the podcast on your podcast platform of choice, and if you can help us out, just leave a little rating or a review, help us spread the word, help us get more and more people enjoying this, hopefully what you would consider, as we do, amazing show. And I think that's it for the sort of thank yous and sort of shout outs and talking about the platform. So there's two big things we need to talk about this week, but I think I'm going to do that when we have all of the gentlemen on screen as well. So I think with that, let's get to it. There will most certainly be adult language tonight and definitely some adult humour. You have been warned. Let's roll. Hello.
Hello.
I was just basking in that bit that said episode 100 at the bottom there. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So, first of all, congratulations, gents. Episode 100. Shit. Cheers to that. So, yeah, very, very much so.
There it is. We got to start.
So, yeah, cheers. There it is. So we're going to see a lot of that over the next 4 or 5 weeks, I think, as we approach what will be 2 years of streaming, or at least 2 years of episodes, because we're probably out of a month out from our actual 2-year anniversary with things that have gone on. But yes, let's run down the lineup very quickly, and then we'll talk about the exciting things that are to come over the next month or so. So I am Matt, I'm the Dungeon Master, and I also play the psychic character of Bothrid. I will also be playing Remley tonight, and any other NPCs and monsters.
Hello, I am Danny, King Ander of Vesemir, and I recently became betrothed to a sexy mute.
And
this last week's episode, that means nothing to you.
If you just joined us. Hello, I am Simo, and I'm back. Still not 100%, but I am playing Kirek Gravetusk, a half-orc grave cleric fighter. And I am ready to see whatever's been going on.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon the Goliath fighter warlock. Yeah, I think we're going to have a... I'm just looking forward to this interesting split episode, potentially.
Excellent. So, first things first, I need to do an episode 100 selfie, so let's get that sorted right now. When I flip the camera the right way around. There we go. Everybody smile. That's going straight on the social medias. With my goon face there. Cool. So, episode 100. We are going to run a giveaway, basically, and we're going to run it over the next 5 weeks. So, the way we're going to run this is that you have a chance to accrue points, or what we'll call tickets, if you like. So you have to be either a follower or a subscriber to earn a ticket. For being a follower and being with us on stream, well, in fact, no, just for being a follower, you will get 1 ticket per week. So 1 ticket per week into the hat. If you are a subscriber, you will get 5 tickets per week. So there is a massive incentive there to be a subscriber, of course. We will then accumulate those tickets over the 5 weeks, and we will then draw from the people with the most tickets. If there's one standout winner, then obviously they will get top prize. There are 2 pieces of art up for grabs that will be prints that are unique. I say unique. They are... Samara's just dropped off there. I'm right in the middle of my flow, which is always good. He'll be back in just a second.
He's just managed himself somewhere. I don't know where he is.
He just cast banishment on himself. So yes, 2 pieces of art that is solely for Malt and Magic. And I will say an absolutely massive shout out to Mirthstick for those pieces of art. They are amazing. One of which I commissioned a while ago. And then somehow had one commissioned not so long ago. And then the third prize will also be a special edition 100 episode or 2-year anniversary t-shirt, which we will also give out. So, yes, I will probably post more updates about what those giveaways are, and we'll post some teasers of them on social media over the next week. But yeah, the final thing in terms of then tickets is that if you're active in the chat, you get an extra ticket against your name per week. So yeah, come check it out. Don't miss out, because those art pieces are bitching. Like, amazing. So yeah. And I think that's it on the giveaway. The second bit of very, very, very exciting news is that a couple of us are going to be doing a Malt and Magic live in-person stream, thanks to a certain place, shall we say, Kirek, somehow?
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah, we are running, well, the place I work for, which is the place Bedford, we're running our second year 24-hour, which is actually going to be 25 this year, stream. So we are kind of running a bunch of games throughout the weekend, and the day when it's going to be 19th of August to the 21st. I will be running some games. I'll be running Alien, and I'll be running 10 Candles. Matt will be a player in 10 Candles as well. But then Matt is also going to run a sort of mini episode, I guess, of Malt and Magic. And
we are going to do
be a player. I have a character.
Yeah, we're going to do a very special Malt and Magic one-shot with Samau playing a totally different character, and a few guests. So yeah, that will be on the 20th, I believe, if I'm correct on that, from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. So yeah, that will be our first, albeit with half the cast, because the other two unfortunately can't make it due to other commitments, but next time for definite. So yes, well, that will be our first official live in-person game, so I'm hoping to have various bits sorted. It's looking to be quite wacky and a bit fun, so we're going to do something a little bit different with it. But yeah, so check us out on the 20th. So lots happening over the next month and a half. Yeah, I think that's already blown my mind, and we're already like 18 minutes in. So, shall we recap what happened last time?
Yes, please, because I have forgot.
I was about to say, I remember, but just so that Samar can get caught up.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Andy remembers.
Sure. So, we started the episode last time with a sort of a bit of planning for the group, if you like, deciding who was going to do what, where we wanted to go, what needed to be done, and Ander and Dargon decided that they needed to make a journey north and see if they could parley with the city of Mantineer, to see what they could potentially get in terms of additional allies for Esamir to take the fight to the west, as we say. And Kirek and Bothrid decided he would stay behind with Kirek, so Kirek could attempt to resurrect a long dead enemy, and hopefully turn them to the light side, if you like. So yeah, that was the premise. That was the beginning of the episode. We then had a series with Ander and Dargon being teleported to the wizard city of Idril, where you beheld a very, very pristine city, the most pristine city you've ever seen in Nyalin. And the reason is because the wizards pretty much keep to themselves. But a big university city, a couple of floating buildings because of the mages, why not? And yeah, eventually sort of made your way out of the city onto the path leading past the Eastern Greenwood. Met an interesting NPC, our competition NPC nonetheless. So they finally made an appearance from last year's giveaway, which is cool. Which was the Forest Guardian, so Aoife. And then you made your way over to Mantineer, where you approached the gates this time, rather than sneaking in through a lighthouse, or through a windmill, I think it was this time. Yeah, found 3 bodies hanging from the gate, dressed in these strange robes and these whitish masks. And then you entered the city. Dargon went straight into the temple of Ray, and had a conversation with the high priestess, if you like. Agreed or reaffirmed that offer of healers for Esamir.
I'd also like to point out how uncomfortable Dargon was during that time. Rather in over his head a little bit.
It's worth a watch. Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
It's good fun. Like Moses, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. So there's some moments where some of the common folk of Mantinir approached Dargon in his radiant armour, and that was some fun to be had there. So do go watch not last week's episode, but the last episode, episode 99. But yes, cutting the long story short, you then had kind of figured out that there was some shady characters to the east of the temple. Having been told about this cult that had descended on Mantinir, and the fact that there is now snow on the ground and it's got a lot colder, you had your suspicions, exited out, went to confront the shady individuals, and 3 of them turned into werebears. One of them turned into a white polar bear, reminiscent of Dargon, and the other 2 turned into these black cave, or black bears if you like, not cave bears. Cultists came out of all sorts of hidey holes, and the battle ensued, and we were getting halfway through the battle, and I think after a few rounds another familiar face came barreling into the battle as Remley Shield Smasher rejoined the Wardens and started kicking cultist ass.
Yeah.
So we begin this week smack bang in the middle of that encounter, as I very quickly send the owlbear link to my players, which I totally forgot to do like a moron right before the stream.
Oh, while we're waiting,
So,
thank you very
let's
much for
get
that
that
gift
done
sub.
very
That's very, very great. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Indeed.
I've
Yes, just to recap, because I can see people asking about the giveaway. So we are running a giveaway over the next 5 weeks. So if you are a follower, you get 1 ticket towards the giveaway per week. We will announce the winners, or we will sort of announce the winners after episode 104, which is our 2-year anniversary. So yeah, if you're a follower, 1 ticket per week for every week you are a follower. If you are a subscriber, you get 5 tickets per week. People with the most tickets, more chance of winning. If you are active in the chat during those weeks, you will get an extra ticket in the bucket per week as well. So we will put all of that up on social media just to try and make it clear. And yeah, there's 2 pieces of artwork up for grabs, so there's basically 3 prizes to be won. 1 piece of artwork will go to the person with the most tickets, then the second piece of artwork to the second person, and then a limited edition 2-year anniversary episode 100 t-shirt will go to the person in 3rd place. So don't miss out. And
That's definitely over the character limits of a tweet.
That's right, we'll take a picture and then put it on. It's easier that way, right?
Okay.
Do you know what, let's just drop that there. So, if anybody's on Discord, I've dropped it in there as well. That's the other thing we've not talked about, actually. We have been discussing this week about sorting out the Discord server. So we are going to, probably after the 2-year anniversary, hopefully have a Discord server ready to go for followers and subscribers. There will be subscriber perks on there. We're talking about potentially doing live Q&As on there. So yeah, a Discord server is coming. It's in the works. We're trying to get modern, get with the gaming times, because most of us, like me, are old.
I still have no idea what I'm doing with Discord. I'm going to be honest.
I've just had to airdrop myself the link off my phone because I'm not there.
Sorry, I am loading up Signal. It's taken up.
It's fine. I've got it. I've got it. We're all good. We're all
excellent.
Good.
So with that, we are at the top of the round as well.
Yeah.
We are top of round 5. Would you believe it? And the first person to go is Ander. So when we are ready, when we've got the map up, it's all right. We've got time.
His laptop's panicking as well. Would you help?
There we go.
Oh dear, that's brilliant.
Excellent.
Right. I can see myself on both screens. That's helpful. What do I want to do?
Good.
Oh, I've still got Bardic Inspiration. Magic.
You do still have Bardic Inspiration. There are 2 bloodied individuals. There's Cultist A in the top northern area of the map, which is currently off screen.
There we go.
So yeah, Remley's also in the middle of that.
Grimbliss.
Oh, I forgot about Remley.
Remley. I've just announced Remley.
I was panicking
Spot who
about
wasn't paying
Albert,
attention.
Excellent. I love the fact that we are literally just letting him like You got it, guys. You got it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, just smashing shit out of cultists. It's fine. And then we've got the three werebears currently surrounding Darbear. Dargon in his werebear form, having been cursed by these fuckers the last time you met.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
He also did try to dissuade them and try and open up a conversation at the start of the fight, but that wasn't going to happen.
nope, not having it.
I'm still affected by my magical impotence, aren't I?
You are.
Blue pill, mate. Blue
So
pill.
I'll shoot the arrows instead.
Shoot your
will.
arrows. Which one are you aiming for?
Shoot the arrows. WereBear B. So I don't have to
WereBear
move,
B,
so then I
go
can
for it.
use steady aim to get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be first roll of the night. Come on. Natural 20!
Mate.
First roll of the night!
Natural
Oh,
20,
yeah,
episode
yeah.
100, first roll of the night, natural 20.
Of course it is.
Thank
There's
you.
nothing else.
So, the first
there
one
you
was a
go,
3,
crit
so I'm glad I
damage.
had advantage. So that is 19 piercing damage, and then
19
sneak
piercing
attack
damage.
damage of
Go on.
10d6 for this, just FYI. There's a lot of ones in there though. 31 sneak attack damage.
Nice.
2d4, hunting bow.
I mean 2d. Oh, yes, the d4!
Don't forget your D4.
Trusty
Oh,
D4.
Which is 5. An extra 5. Oh,
5. And with that single arrow that you just sort of lean around Darbear, pull back, straight into the neck of this bear, which roars out, you have bloodied the bear.
have
Nice.
some of that.
So, let's close some maps that are dinging in my ear quickly. There we go. That is your turn, I believe. So we are then over to Cultist A, who is bloodied and is faced with a Remley.
Oh, yeah.
So... They are going to...
Surrender.
Too many options. This is
Throw
my
down
issue.
your
Too many
weapons.
options. It's gonna make a. Yeah, it's just gonna try and stab at Remley. So, twice with a little dagger because he's on the ropes. That is gonna miss with a 15 for the first and a 15 for the second. There we go. Cultist A fucks his turn. Cultist D then is over here, and Cultist D is going to reach out a hand, and a shimmering field is going to appear around Cultist A.
Shimmer.
Yeah, we'll just make this white. Let's make this easier on myself. So shimmering field is going to appear. Cultist D is now concentrating. When I find the tokens, this is going to be a lot easier now, but 2.0 because it's a search function.
Hey.
So concentrating, and Cultist D is probably going to stay there. It is then the white werebear's turn. So the white werebear is going to make... He's going to make
Oh, no, he's
two
thinking.
great attacks against you, Dargon.
Yep.
So the first one is going to be... Oh, this dice is doing well tonight. That's a big fat 11 to hit.
Oh, bloody hell. It's actually
The
not hard to hit me
second
at the
one...
moment.
the second one is not much better. That's a 12. No, 14.
40-12.
40-12.
14 to hit.
It's still no. I double checked, but I
miss.
believe I have it. Yes, I have an AC of 16. Naturally, as a white werebear hybrid. So,
Indeed. So in its state of sort of bloodied state, it sort of swings, bit tired, one misses, and then lifts it up. And as it lifts up, you just sort of, I think you've got your shielding arm. bring your shield round and cling, and if it's not your shield, it'd be your sword, just to sort of defend against the attack.
It would be my shield, because yes, actually I do remember that would be that I would also have the AC of 18 because I do have my shield out, but I'm actually going to riposte as he does that, and as I push his attack away with my shield, I will stab forwards with Timiel's Wrath. So
nice.
That is going to be 32 to hit. Little bit. That is going to be, with the D10 from the maneuver, is going to mean that it is 23 points of slashing damage.
23 points of slashing damage. Good stuff. Okay, so that will be the white werebear's turn as it misses twice and then gets a blade through the chest. It is then going to be Remley's go. Where is Mr. Shield Smasher? There you are, with your longsword. Remley then is going to... Yeah, so Remley is going to use his action to attack 3 times. So with the longsword that he holds in one hand with the shield in the other, he's going to swing towards Cultist A. He's got a +2 to their AC this time. So the first one is a 13 to hit, which, believe it or not, is gonna miss. Second one then, as it just bounces off that magical shield, second one is much better. That is a 27 to hit. I need a D8. So that is a grand total of 7 points of damage. As we just double check on that spell. Yeah, that's fine. So you see Remley cut through the shield and cut into the shoulder of A, and just sort of brings this blade back out with this gout of blood. A sways on its feet. The shimmering shield reforms as Remley withdraws the blade, and then he's going to go just for a direct stab towards Cultist A for an unnatural 20 to hit, and I'm not even going to roll the damage because A's got 1 hit point. So Remley just draws that blade back as the shield reforms, and just as it's reforming, he finds that hole right in the middle and just stabs in, twists. You wee dirty bastard, take that, you fucker. Draws the blade back out as Cultist A just drops to the floor and dead. And Remley is going to stay where he is. And that will be Remley's go. So let's just drop them down to dead. And then it is Cultist B's go. So Cultist B, standing next to Remley, is going to attempt... first, bonus action, spiritual weapon. When I can find the right token. So you're going to wee spiritual weapon cast. And that's going to appear behind Remley. And he's going to make a melee spell attack against Remley with that. Which is an unnatural 20, believe it or not. And is not enough to hit Remley. As it just sort of smacks against the back of his armour, and Remley's just going to grin behind this helmet that he wears. And then, as an action, There will be 2 dagger attacks from the cultist against Remley. So the first one is going to be an 18, not going to do it, and an 18 again, not going to do it. So spiritual weapon is up, but Remley is just sat there taking these blows without any concern whatsoever. Cultist C then, who is slightly further down towards you guys. When I can find my mouse, there we go. He's going to come running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's just undo that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. Ooh. Right. I'm going to make this slightly more difficult to go off, but going to extend a hand towards you, Ander, and I need from you a wisdom saving throw, please.
Always the wisdom. Alright, that's a 19. Happy days.
You feel these mental and sort of metaphysical bonds start to form in your body, and your body sort of seizes up for a moment, but then you just break through it as that cultist tries to paralyze you in some way. That will then be the cultist's go. So we're then over to Dargon.
I'm going to keep going for the white where I do know English, just badly. Yeah, okay, that is going to be I've got to tick one of them off, so you do that. Yeah. Okay. These are going to be normal attacks, actually, I think. So, let's do...
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit, a 24 to hit, and
Yep.
a 27 to hit.
All 3 will hit.
Uh, 38 points of slashing damage for all 3.
38 points of slashing damage as you carve 3 times into this white werebear, and blood flowing everywhere now. This creature is not looking good, looking pretty bloody rough.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything. Should I do anything else? No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay. In which case, we are then around to Werebear A, who is going to attempt to hit you with a great axe. Yeah, 2 swipes of the great axe. That's a big hit. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
With the first. And the second is going to be an 18 to hit. So both of those will hit.
Meets my armor class. Now, which one's this one, sorry?
This is Werebear A.
That's cool. I think you said that they didn't have a magical weapon. Is that right?
Where the werebears don't have... Sorry, the 2 black werebears aren't magical. The white werebears is.
Yes. Yeah. That's the one. Cool.
So that's going to be 8 and 10. 18 points of slashing damage, which will, of course, be reduced to 9.
9.
Nice.
And then WereBear B is going to do exactly the same.
Yep.
No, WereBear B isn't. WereBear B is going to not move out of melee range. He's going to creep round. 5, 10, 15, 20 to get over the rocks. 25 down to there. It's going to attack under with 2 great axe
Oh,
attacks.
cheers.
First one is a 10. He's going to miss.
Nope.
Second one is an 18 to hit.
Yes.
Oh boy.
You're going to take a big fat 7 points of slashing damage as this great axe just slices across you.
I will attack WereBear B using my Sentinel reaction.
Nice.
Is riposte a reaction?
Yes.
You've already used your reaction then.
Just had my round.
No, you've had your turn. Yeah, ignore me.
Close to checking though. I did want to double check that one. So that is 24 to hit WereBear.
24 will hit.
He won't be able to move after this. Not that I think it'll matter. I don't think he's planning to go anywhere. And it will be 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points of slashing damage to WereBear B, who is not looking good at all either. And we are back up the top then to yourself, Ander. Having just been
Brilliant.
sliced
Now
by a
he's
great
right.
axe.
Now he's right up in my business. I get to use my new feat. But I do have a question about the trained assassin feat, right? So I can use assassinate.
Yes.
It has
Yes.
on my sheet. It has a roll to hit thing on it. But then when you
Mm-hmm.
do, I just roll the assassinate hit and damage, or do I add it on top of my sword damage, my dagger
Let me
damage?
have a quick look at your character.
Because it
sheet,
says you can. It says you add the 2d damage to a successful light-bladed weapon strike. The thing that's confusing me is
This
the assassinate.
attack can be used once per turn as long as you have advantage on the attack roll. Assassinate adds 2d10 points of damage to the successful light-bladed weapon strike.
Do I have to
Increases
attack with my
various
weapon and
levels.
then roll to hit with the assassinate as well?
So, I think
Does anybody know?
attacks made with light blades gain a +1 bonus.
Yeah, I get a 19
There.
crit now.
Chat, help out.
Sorry, I was just reading bits there. So, the way I read this is you make a dagger attack as per usual. If it hits, you then get to do the assassinate piece.
Well, I
As
got
long
a
as
roll
you've
to
got
hit
advantage
with
on
the
the roll as well.
assassinate as well. Because
No, I don't think so.
it's got a roll to hit on my character sheet is what I'm thinking.
Oh, funky.
Because it's once per turn as long as you have advantage on the attack. To a successful light
So I
bladed weapon
can't
strike.
stack it with my
So-
sneak attack damage, so it's one or the other.
No, make an attack with your dagger, and then if it hits, add on the assassinate.
Okay, so I now get to crit on a 19 with a light bladed dagger as well, but I will use steady aim to give myself advantage, so then I can use assassinate. If I get a 20 here, mate. Ooh! No, it's still 18 to hit.
18 on WereBear B is enough to hit.
This is probably going to be
Fucking
so
slow.
overkill.
Yeah, so that's 9 points of piercing damage, and then the assassinate
9
damage
points
of
piercing damage.
5d10 plus 4.
What?
Why is it +4? That's the only thing I need to figure out.
5d10.
His
So that's
dexterity.
34,
but
34 points of assassinate.
Holy shit. How much?
If he's not dead, I've not 34.
It was a total
He's
of
not dead,
43 points.
You, as this werebear swings down with a great axe, sort of slices across, you see your moment, and quick as a flash, the Moonblade of Esmir comes out.
I would like to
Stab
stab him
him,
in his
and
femoral
you just-
artery, please.
You want to go in the femoral artery, fine. So you stick in the leg, twist, and slice. And as you slice, there is just this spurt of blood. This werebear is bleeding out, not quite dead. And when I say not quite dead, They are teetering on the brink, and I'm going to say if they stand for any longer than a round, they're going to drop anyway. Because you've used Assassinate and hit the femoral artery. So, there is now a time limit on that. Let's have some fun with it. Why not? It's episode 100. Anything else on your turn, sir?
No, I can't move now. I've used sneak attack, so steady aim, so I will stay put.
Okay. In which case, you'll just hear the Moonblade, you'll hear Shank go, "Yes! Stab him again!" And then it is Cult Fanatics D's go. Excuse me. D is going to come 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No longer concentrating on that spell, so we're just going to bin that over there. 25, 30. It's going to come directly underneath Remley there, or to the south of Remley. Yep, sorry, we are shifting around a bit. And is going to turn towards Remley and is going to just hold out a hand as this icy-like flame just descends around Remley. And Remley needs to make a dexterity saving throw. That's a d12. Natural 20.
Oh yeah!
Wasted on a dex save. So is this cold, like, radiant energy, this radiant flame just roars around Remley. Remley's just going to sort of shout, "I'm from the no, I could get that right. I'm from the north, you bastard. Fuck off." And then it is the big white werebear's turn, who, sensing a bit of a rage here and is not doing very well, is going at it with these 2 swings of great axe against you, Argon. That's an 18 to hit with the first.
Yarp.
So I think meets.
Yep.
And more to hit with the second. That is a 22, sorry, to hit.
Yeah.
So this is magical. Both of these are going to hit.
Yeah.
So that's 10 with the first and 9 with the second for a grand total of 19 points of slashing damage, which does not get halved because it's a magical great axe.
Total of 19, yeah?
Total of 19.
Yeah, fuck it.
That will be it. Go for now.
Just out of interest, sorry, this is one I've not actually thought of before. I've always assumed... I presume that I'd only be able to use Stone's Endurance on one attack. It just says when you take damage, so I presume that would be each time. So, like, my reaction, it just says when you take damage. You've combined them.
You can only take one reaction per turn.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So you've hit me twice, so I wouldn't be able to take off that 19.
No, you'd have to take off
one of those.
10 or 9.
Yeah. That's fine. That's one of the reasons why I'm not going to do it, but yeah.
That's fine. Okay. Remley then is going to turn to Cultist B. I saw that saying. That's definitely not happening. My dice even are staying like, in a little pouch close to me throughout the whole show. So Remley then is going to take his longsword and he's going to swipe 3 times at Cultist B. First one is a 12, which I think is going to hit. Because these guys have got fuck all up. No, it's not going to hit. Just misses. Second one hits, because that's a 28. That one jumped out. We'll roll that again. Third is a 14 to hit. So 2 will hit, 1 will miss. So that is a d8. 8 max damage on the first. 12, 24 points of slashing damage to Cultist B. It is not looking good. Is now bloodied. And fuck it. Remley's going to take an action surge.
Yes.
So he's then going to swing once more at Cultist B, which is a 14 to hit. That is 8 points of slashing damage. Not quite enough. You can see Remley sort of swing straight through the neck, and it cuts through part way, and then he withdraws, and he just has at it again, hacking like a madman. Second slice is a 26 to hit. That's going to hit. That's a 11 points of damage. This time takes the head off Cultist B. And then with the third and final strike, Remley's just going to go down to there. That spiritual weapon's going to go. And Remley's going to slice at Cultist D with his final attack of his action surge for a 27 to hit. And a grand total of... That was a 1 on the damage dice, so that is a grand total of 6 points of damage, I think. 6 points of damage to Cultist D. Wherever they've gone. There they are. 6 points of damage to Cultist D. Remley will sort of look towards you, Dargon, and shout, "Are you having fun yet?" Cultist B is dead. So they went on to Cultist C, who is going to creep around a little bit more. Ooh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. Sort of ducks into the rocks a little bit. And is going to then... Yeah, okay, Andy, give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
What? Gosh. Oh, it's a 14. That's on the cusp.
It's a 14, which is enough. Again, you feel these bonds sort of try and freeze your body in place. And you just break out of it. Excellent. Dargon.
Yope.
It's your go, sir.
I'm going to respond to Remley. Say his name right. I was respond to Remley with just basically some sort of bear battle cry. As I swing towards. Okay, seeing that Ander did some, surgery on WereBear B's leg, I'm gonna, swing back around, and I'm gonna try and clear off the white WereBear. So as I do that, I'm gonna look like I'm gonna attack B, but I'm actually going to fainting attack and hit white WereBear. So that shall be the advantage on the fainting attack on the first one for 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
So that one alone will be 24 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hell yeah.
Don't sound too excited about it, mate.
Well, you will see why in a minute. He's going to swing and catch the neck of the white WereBear, and it's going to dig in. As it does, he's going to get real close up to the white WereBear and be like, "I'm sorry, brother," and then just pull across and just watch him drop.
Okay, and as you sort of drag in, there is just this spray of blood all down white WereBear fur as the white WereBear form shrinks and becomes a Goliath. With these not the same style of tattoos, but similar sort of markings on the skin to you, Dargon.
Yeah.
And the Goliath is down.
knowing still in battle's not going to he's gonna carry on. So he's gonna go towards WereBear A. And he's going to he's going to attack once. Okay, so that is going to be a 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
So that is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points of slashing damage.
And then I'm going to try and grapple him.
Okay. Tested strength check then, please.
So
I think it's athletics, isn't it?
Can I add my bardic inspiration to this?
Do you want?
Yep.
Indeed.
Just going to double check because I believe this needs to use my strength score, which is exactly the same as mine anyway. So that is 27 to grapple him. No way.
That was a 27 on the dice.
What?
Not on the dice. 27 total. So you two sort of engage in this battle. We're going to roll again.
Holy moly, that's no bardic inspiration.
You've obviously used your bardic inspiration now.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy.
What'd you
If
get?
it fails, you can keep
That's
it, right?
not 20. That's not 20.
Nat 20!
It's a nat 20.
For a 28. For anybody asking which dice I'm using, if you can see this, it's my little
Nice.
hard-edged purple fey dice that I am in absolute love with. It's beautiful. So natural 20. As you then go to continue try and grapple this werebear, it just shoves you off.
I like the fact that actually what I rolled.
Love it.
That was absolutely perfect. I love it. And to be fair, considering the fact that I've just killed a Goliath, pretty sure that actually meets.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Makes
So
sense.
with your third action to grapple failing,
Fails.
WereBear A is going to step around you and is going to use a bonus action to pick up the magical great axe.
Fair.
Just drops its own,
Fair.
and it is going to swing twice with that magical great axe now at you. Natural 1 with the first. Not a weighted die.
There you go.
And
balance.
obviously not adept with this magical great axe because that's an 11 to hit with the second.
Yeah, no.
So the werebear sort of shoves you off and almost rolls over as it drops its own great axe, picks up the second, and then just misses as you sort of dart out the way. Werebear's doing a sort of bear-like dance. And then werebear B is going to look down towards you, and is going to lift that great axe. And as that great axe lifts up, there is a out of the femoral artery, and it just collapses down.
Annihilate.
He's still going to stab him. On your turn, just waste your whole attack, just like stab, stab. Stab, 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 stab.
Excellent.
And
Well,
there was
we're
like
back
an
up to
anime
the top
protagonist
two.
where he was like, "You already
Back up
dead."
to the
you
top
just don't know it
two,
yet."
King Ander of Esamir. Yeah, the dice heard you guys, and that's why I rolled an active one. Be kind to the dice. She's sensitive.
I will now turn
Right,
my
Ander.
attention to the dude who's been trying to put spells on me, so I'll mate you down the bottom. I will.
Cultist C.
Yeah. Cultist C is going to get one between the eyes. So steady aim with my bow and arrow to get advantage on the roll. Natural 20. Have that up your ass.
Wow! This is just
That is.
yeah.
This is just
Episode
a roller
100
coaster.
is getting a lot of nat 20s tonight. That's amazing.
That is 21 piercing damage off the bow and arrow, and then a sneak attack damage of. Come on, big good, big good, big good. 35.
2d4.
Oh, that might tip him over the edge. Oh, hang on, I've just fucking copied my whole website while I've done that. Press the wrong button. 8 maximum on that as well. Boom!
Fucking hell.
You better be dead.
So I'm going to say, because that was a natural 20 and because you rolled so much damage, I'm going to flavour this one for you. Because you have killed this cultist outright. It's not taken any damage. You get... This WereBear falls in front of you, and you turn, draw an arrow, and just almost quick fire, just like, fuck you. This arrow flies with such force that it hits the cultist dead centre in the chest, lifts them off the ground, and pins them to the house behind. And they're just there like...
Now that's a hell of a gun.
Slump. As that cultist just gets fucking obliterated without even knowing what's going on.
And I'll just take a bow.
Surely, Anders says something after being, like, attacked twice by spells from him. Just, we need a
nice one-liner now for this moment.
Yeah.
Oh, you've put me under pressure. You could say I brought down the house. Boom! Because he's
Oh yeah, actually, Anders does a little moonwalk as well. A little dance in his 5 foot square.
I need to find a list of 80s movies one-liners for when I kill people, don't I?
Absolutely.
Stick around.
So that's Anders. Stick around.
Somehow,
legend.
Point.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Good stuff.
Now we really chat to figure out what film that's from.
Against Remley. I'm having so much fun tonight. Cultist D, their hand is just going to start glowing with this icy glow, and they're just going to slap it against Remley, or at least attempt to, as they attempt to cast Inflict Wounds. Natural fucking 20.
Ooh. Oh, no. Bad luck only lasts so long, doesn't it? Then it's straight back.
So that's 6d10 necrotic damage to Remley. Do I have 6d10s?
And there's no Kirek to stop it.
I thought you were going to say doubled there. I was like, 12?
Bye, Remley. Bye.
4.
See ya.
5.
60-10. So
Dave's just sent me a link of 80s words.
18 action movie one-liners. Asking you shall receive.
How many of them are Arnie's?
Oh,
I say,
quite a lot of
chopper.
Yeah. What were the other ones? I saw a lot of Stallone ones.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Oh, I could do RoboCop.
So Remley's going to take 36 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
As you just, for anybody that was witnessing, this cultist in front just slaps this hand against Remley's arm, and we see the skin sort of, what skin's available, just what skin is visible, through the helmet, just these icy tendrils sort of bleed up the side of the face, and the eye clouds white for a moment, but then it shrinks back, and Remley's just gonna, and it's now Remley's turn.
Oh.
So Remley
I didn't do the obvious one. I should have just said yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, shouldn't
I? I need to remember that particular feature of Remley. Cool. We're gonna have 3 longsword attacks. Remley ain't fucking around. That is a 15 to hit, which will hit the first. A natural 1 with the second, so a miss. And then a 24 to hit with the third. So 2 of those are going to hit. And we're going to have 2d8 plus stuff. Natural. Max damage on the first. 20 points of slashing damage as Remley just stabs forward twice and tries to shank this thing, this cultist, with the longsword. Cultist is not bloodied, but does take that damage. There's 2 big lunges. Hit it in the stomach. That cultist is dead. That cultist is dead. Dargon.
Sorry, Danny and I giggling at all the quotes that we've got. So yeah, WereBear A. 3 attacks coming at ya. Natural 18. So what was that? That's the 32 or something, isn't it? Then we've got 17 to hit.
Say that again, sorry.
17 on the second one.
17 will hit.
And then 27 to hit on the last one.
Yeah, all 3 are going to hit.
The hell have I put my dice? Oh, it's there. Uh, 36 points of slashing damage to WereBear A.
36 points of slashing damage. It's still not bloodied.
Still not bloodied. Okay.
Labs is having a bit of a nightmare tonight. I apologise, Stick. Not only has it blocked a load of bloody messages, but yeah.
I'm going to...
Cool. Sorry.
I'm going to... Yeah, I am going to action surge. Yeah, I'm going to action surge. Just checking and seeing the field. Surge. Yeah, I'm going to action surge. So...
Yeah, there's only 2 enemies left.
Yeah. Fuck it. So... Attempt number 2 this time is going to be a shove, and that is going to be 1 so that I try and knock him to the floor.
Okay.
So another contested one.
I think this is again an athletics. Let me just double check.
Oh, athletics. Yes.
No, I think it's the save is athletics.
Oh, is it? So hang on.
Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics checks contested by the target's strength athletics or acrobatics. So you make an athletics check.
I think I rolled the wrong one last time. Then I just rolled a straight strength instead of athletics.
Okay.
It's fine. It worked out very well. So this one, however, the shove is... Sorry, Danny, did you say if it failed, my bardic inspiration stays?
I've got magical inspiration. Well, no, enduring inspiration. So if it fails a check, you get to keep it. But let me just double check it.
I suppose we did match though, so it wasn't like it failed.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna say that. Sorry, I should have removed that.
No, that's all right. I was thinking it as well. So that is then going to be a 23.
Oh. Where's the fucker? Yeah. So you shove this WereBear to the ground because it rolled a natural one.
Nice. And so
it's prone.
Yes, that'll be advantage. And I will also say to Ender, finish this one off with me. And that is then going to be advantage, sorry. So, 20-something to hit. 22 to hit. Yeah, something like that. And the other one is then 32 to hit. So...
Yep.
That is going to be... 23 points of slashing damage.
23 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
This WereBear is now bloodied as you shove it to the ground and then just stab into it twice. Anything else?
I'm going to move up so that Ander can actually then see. So I'll move up there. That's it.
Okay. It is then the WereBear's turn. So the WereBear's going to use half its movement to stand.
Bugger it.
And is then going to attack twice with this magical great axe. First one. Not so good. In fact, I'm using the wrong stats for that. What a nom. Yeah, it's only That's fine. So that will be a 13 to hit.
Nope.
15 to hit.
Nope.
So swings at you twice, and both times you just use Timiel's Wrath to sort of catch it and twist it away. That will be the WereBear's go. Back around the top two. And
I shall also riposte and just try and finish this one off. 22 to hit.
Yep.
Crap rolls, but 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points of slashing damage is not enough to kill it. It's bloodied. Not looking totally rough yet, but certainly bloodied. And yes, Ander, you'll go, sir.
So, noting he is not dead. Oh, I'm not going to get advantage to use assassinate if I run round. But I will do it anyway, because I'll get to use my sneak attack when so I will make myself an arrow on it. Come around here, and I will stab him with my sword, knife, dagger, with a
Finale.
18 to hit.
18's going to hit.
Shit damage. 8 piercing damage, I didn't go very well. But I've got the sneak attack, which is going to redeem itself. Maybe not. 11. Fucking hell.
11. And Shank, in your sort of brain, is going to... I'm getting tired, my liege. Stab the bastards.
I had a momentary lapse, and then bonus action. Disengage!
Disengage. Nice. And you fuck off over there. Make sure you drop yourself in the square.
I said finish him.
Yeah!
Just imagine I said that on my next round.
Cultist D, unless there's anything else you wish to do, but I think that's you, isn't it?
Aye.
So, Cultist D then is going to... going to attempt it again. That glowing hand is just going to smack against Remley once more. For a 16 to hit, which is not going to hit this time. Remley just catches it. I'm going to say, because it's Remley's go next, Remley is going to swing the longsword at that hand. First attack is a 23 to hit. Let's roll some damage. So that is 12 points of damage. Had that been a natural 20, I'd have taken the hand off. No. 12. So with the first slice at the hand, this cultist is now bloodied. And we're going to do 2 more attacks. There's the natural 20.
Oh no!
2d8. 6. 13... 18 points of slashing damage with the second strike. As Remley catches the hand and then again takes the head off. And then
didn't take the
Remley
didn't
is going
cut
to
the
start
hand
moving.
off.
5,
did
10,
cut the head off.
15, 20, 25, 30. I need to double check Remley's speed. 25, not 30, so he gets to there as he attempts to start running towards this WereBear. That is it's his go, even. Can't get any closer, doesn't need a third attack. All the cultists are dead, just this WereBear left. So it is then over to you, Dargon Darbear the Brave.
3 normal attacks. That one rolled out. Try that one again. There we go. So that is a 16.
16 will hit.
Unnatural 20. And more than that. 20,
yeah,
20
okay.
26.
All 3.
Yes, you
A bit
there.
more than that. I can't do the maths. It's more than that.
So... 36 points of slashing damage.
Darbear, how do you want to kill this final werebear?
Yes. Ah, motherfucker.
I mean, if I may take a slight, sort of a descriptive turn on this one, I would like
license.
to... Yeah. Poetic license. I kind of feel like he's probably standing with the Goliath body behind him, and I'm going to kick him again. He's going to trip over that, land on the floor, and I'm just going to just launch and just stab straight him into the ground.
Yeah. So I'll say you
throw my shield to the one side.
Same time, using that first slice, you kicked slice as it sort of stumbles back. It stumbles back. You then bring the blade up and in once, and then with your final cut, just wrench the sword out at an angle. This blood just sprays across the snow-covered courtyard, and this werebear dies. You notice the two black werebears. They have shrunk down to their mortal forms, and they are... One is a half-orc, and the other is a human. Both male.
Oh. How poetic.
Remley is going to come dashing over. Nice to see you've not lost your touch, boys.
It's good to see you, Remley. But this is not a good day.
Gindris and I parted ways not long after we left. I headed south and came down here. It's when the snow began to really set in. I've not seen Gindris since.
I'm going to turn back from a werebear back to myself.
Oh,
did you say one was a human and one was
half-orc?
There was a human, a half-orc, and a Goliath.
So I'm going to kneel down next to the Goliath, and I'm just going to put my fingers on his eyelids and close them. I'll look up at Ander, noticing. Well, this seems like a message.
To be honest, I was starting to think she'd gone, but she's just letting us know she's still here, and the threat still looms.
Yeah. Let's get these poor fellows in a more decent place. This is not right. Remley, can you give us a hand?
I suppose. I'll take the human.
Yeah. Fuck the cultists. Fuck them.
Well, they're all... half of them are missing heads.
If
Do you want a cultist head?
Nah. You can play
the person with us usually collects heads. Yeah, he's not with us at the moment. He usually puts heads in his bag.
Yeah.
I could take it back for him.
I was going to say, maybe we should actually find out some more information. Actually, Remley...
Where is Kirek? And where's Bothrid?
They're back and safe, unlike us. But Remley, if you're not doing anything, you may want to come back with us. We'll tell you more in a minute. Let's get these poor fellows inside.
Aye. Okay, and as you start to, then the three of you begin to start to drag these bodies towards a house. You hear this almighty screeching roar that echoes around the city. And this blur descends from the clouds.
Fuck.
White bone, skin hanging off, and these wings just full of holes. And as it swoops down, there is just this... And this icy breath just roars out across the courtyard and across the city. I need Constitution saving throws from Ander, Dargon, and Remley.
There's Kirek when you need him. I'm going to use a lucky point because I am worried about the roll. And it was the same roll twice. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
I'm
13.
going to use Indomitable.
So is Remley.
We're all panicking.
Yeah, apart from the fact my first one was that. So,
Holy shit.
God.
That's a lot better. So that will be 29.
Remley got exactly the same.
Nice.
Wow. Wow.
Using Indomitable as well.
I went from a 1 to a 19.
So, Ando, what did you get in your con save?
13.
13. Okay. As this icy
No
breath
bardic inspiration for yourself
rips
there.
through this courtyard. Okay, have I got that many d8s?
What do you mean, have you got... Oh, God.
Oh no,
Save
the
me,
stream
Daddy.
stopped. Oh no. Oh no, the DM's disconnected. Bye. And corruption.
How many D8s are we talking here? Like 10?
Probably
I've got
more
8
than
and I
that.
need more.
Just use D&D Beyond and watch their website crash.
Yeah, we're probably looking at something like 14, 16, maybe even more.
Can I uncanny dodge it?
Is it Dexter? It was a Constitution. So
No, you can't. It's when it's an
But
attack.
uncanny dodge is just a reaction to half damage. I'm not talking about evasion.
Yeah, but that's to an
Is it when
attack.
Yeah, is it when
it's
you're
not an attack,
attacked
is it?
or when you?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
not an area of effect. The area of effect, if it was a dexterity saving throw, you could. Like,
Yeah.
you could actually take
Evasion.
no damage on meteor strikes. Whereas you actually, which is ridiculous. I mean, I love the fact that you can be a rogue missing all that damage. But yeah, hopefully this is cold. I say that because then I can also halve it.
Well, I think... Well, I've had a short reign. See you in campaign 2.
And you are going to take 89 points of cold.
Holy!
89 points.
So
I'll collapse on the floor.
let's make
15 hit points.
tree and leave.
Remley's
tree
going to
and get out
take
of here.
half
Shut
that,
up,
as
Biff.
are you, Dargon, and I think because you're resistant to cold, you're
Yeah.
going to take half that again.
So sorry, that was
So it would
84.
be 40. So 89. So it's 45
89.
halved, and then 23 halved again.
So 23.
You're going to see.
Sorry, hang on a minute. So
No,
89
you take the
Sorry,
20,
somehow I was looking.
You take the 20s. I think you take the 23 because
Yeah, take 23. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I did
That's what I
put
mean,
23. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, sorry.
I've got a supreme healing potion.
So-
I've just realised.
Oh, you blighter.
Andy, you just get encased in this icy breath and sort of scattered to the side as Remley drops the body and sprints over to you. As he sprints over to you, you see these spectral dragon wings just extend from his back. And he's going to stand over you with the spectral dragon wings in play.
Well, we're not taking Zappa near.
And he will cast-
Say that.
Not with you
will
with
cast
15
Cure
hit
wounds
points.
in doing so. So as he stands over you and sort of the spectral wings surround or sort of extend in front of you, he will place a quick hand on you, cast Cure Wounds for a grand total of 6 points of healing, which I very quickly
Fuck
just
me.
rolled on D&D Beyond there, so you should be able to see that.
I think that's enough to get me. I will then take my power of. I've got a potion of supreme healing. I'm definitely going to take that.
The skeletal, deathly-like figure of Zapanir just swoops out, and you can see the shadow in the cloud. And you will just hear, as Remley sort of pulls up his shield with his spectral wings, you just hear him mutter, "Yindris, if you're out there now, I need you, buddy.
I bloody hope he rocks up.
Zapanir comes screeching through again, and you can see the mouth beginning to open. Dargon, what are you doing in this moment?
Pegging it towards Ander, grabbing him, and trying to run into a building.
So it's for the best, yeah.
I'm not going myself. I'm picking him bodily up if I can. So
I'll say you're heading straight for the building where Ander catapulted a guy into it with an arrow. All of the bodies are now just totally iced form.
I was going to say, this was a nice thought and gone. So the next one is get Ander inside.
Is the floor now ice?
So I will. It's icier. I'm not going to make it difficult terrain because it doesn't technically say that in that particular bit. It would have been cool, but I don't really want to fuck you up too much. So, as then Zapanir turns, she begins to bear down again. The moor opens up, and you can see sort of that icy breath beginning to form once again. Dargon, you sprint and almost knee slide on the ice to grab Ander, encase him in front of you, and begin to book it towards this building. Remley sees that. Remley's going to turn. The spectral wings don't actually do anything for him other than just look cool. You will notice, however, that they do look like spectral silver wings. As he then sprints alongside you, you get to the building just as Zapanir gets to the point where she's right above you, and the icy breath begins to splay out, and then a silver streak just shoots across the sky, barrels Zapanir to the side, and you see this silver dragon form of Gindrith just hover in midair. There is a roar from Gindrith. Just the wings flap, and he takes off into the sky, spirals up. Zapanir careens back around, facing now Gindrith, and shoots up to meet him. As he reaches an apex, he comes back down on these two dragons now, one dying deathly, just streak towards each other, and these two icy blasts just roar into each other, and you see Gindrith just bank and careen off. As you two are distracted by this, Remley's just going to turn to you and just... Boys, let him deal with it. We've got to go. Now.
True words never said.
These two...
We can't leave these people here, though.
You see people beginning to panic and run everywhere. People are streaming out of the temple as these two dragons now just collide in midair. Icy breath, scratches, talons, tails, claws, teeth, everything biting into each other. What are we doing?
Ander, we need to get
just taking that in for a minute. I'm just going to take that in for a minute, I think.
I'll look at Ander and start speaking to him. We're like, Ander, fuck. Remley, we need to at the very least tell people where they need to go. We can't help them, but we can hopefully tell them where it's safe to escape to.
How did you get here?
Surely.
Was there not a mage? Can we not get out?
We'll have to find one here if there is. I think the best place...
We're not running a dragon, not even with Gindrith.
I know. We're going to have to get them out. They won't even make it to the forest. The forest may be safe for them. But we're going to have to see if we can take them somewhere else. To Esamir. I'm going to try and get back to the temple. Maybe they have some people.
Temple it is. Ander, can you walk?
After taking the healing potion, I'm back over health, so I'm not blooded anymore, so...
Ander.
Yes,
good stuff.
I can walk.
On your feet, lad.
Keep an eye on where that dragon is and stay the other side of me. Hopefully I can give you some sort of protection against it. We're going to run. We're not going to stop for anything. Are you good?
Good. Do you think if we can't get people out magically, could we sneak him out the back entrance that we snuck in at? Then again, we're going to have to run across open farmland. Then
No,
be sitting ducks.
No. The only other choice is through the catacombs, through to that Feywild area. They can hide down there in the catacombs. It's the best place for them. But let's try and get them out. At least we're not going to leave them completely unsurrounded if they're down there. So let's get over there and try and get them safe.
So you have this hurried discussion, and then the three of you begin to sprint towards the temple, where you can see people streaming around. There's guards sort of holding spears and weapons and looking just like, what the fuck do I do with this?
As we're running, can we shout for them to follow us and tell them everyone to head to the temple?
I was going to say, I'd be like, get in the temple. Everyone, get in here now. Guards, get people out of the houses. Get them in there.
You see out of one house a door which is frosted open, just kicks open, and a dark-skinned individual with this dark brown hair flowing behind them in guard's uniform, dark eyes, looks towards you. Fuck's sake, not you bastards again. There's a buyer anyway, who has disguised himself as captain of the guard, kicks open a door and stands there now. Well, done a number on my city again, haven't you? Fuck's sake. Looks up at the dragons. Oh, fuck. Right. Secret exit?
Yeah, get everyone out.
To me! To me!
Hang on, I thought we were going to the temple.
You guys
Secret
now
exit.
turn to the temple.
Or are we leaving? Are we leaving and everyone else is going to the temple?
So, no, I want a buyer to get everyone else out. We're going to the temple. So as I'll turn to a buyer and be like, we're going to the temple. If you get... if you've got a way out, then get someone in the temple and tell them. And we'll either follow you or make our own way out.
You're going to the temple. You tell them. I'll get them out.
Where the fuck am I sending them?
Me? I'm going to be standing here with my fucking arms waving.
Fine. Good. Keep waving them. You'll stay warm.
If we send them out the back entrance, then they've got to go across open farmland. They'll be sitting ducks, won't they?
Doesn't matter. I trust him. Let's go.
Cool. So you can see.
Pretty sure a buyer's got like 7 different secret escapes.
A buyer just begins to shout people sort of this way, and directs one of the guards, and you now see this sort of almost like a guard of honor just streaming people through as citizens of Mantineer just sprint out. And again, you can hear the roars and this as icy breath just cracks against each other again, and these two dragons just swirl in this battle. You can see that Zapanir, as you glance up Zapanir, there are chunks missing off of her, but Gindris has got these great streaks of blood just sort of and wounds all over him. You approach the temple and you can see all of the Hierophants there sort of getting people out. All of the priests now standing there just sort of helping people, escorting them out of the temple, and the High Priestess then sees you. What do we do? Or what do we do?
A buyer, the captain has got a secret way out. We have got to get away from this.
Buyer?
The captain.
Who's a buyer? Fine. What? Go.
He's got a secret way out. We've got to get everyone out. This is not safe anymore. Follow us.
We're not going to outrun dragons.
He's got a secret way out. It's the best I can do. You're not going to outrun him, and that dragon is going to smash this temple to pieces. You can stay here and try, or you can do your best way to get out. This is not bloody well better not be over ground. He's got many secret ways out. You've got to try.
Everybody with me.
Do you know of any mages in the town?
Mages? No, we tend to.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. Right. Hang on. Have this. And I'm going to pick out a really sort of old-looking but well-used hammer from my bag of holding. This is very dear to me. It's nothing special. It's boring. Keep this with you, though. I have someone who might be able to help use this to find you. Keep it with you. If we get separated, just keep it with you. Now, come on, everyone, follow us.
More explosions of icy blasts in the sky as people now, and you can see they're all darting through this culvert, if you like, in the bottom of the wall. The same one which you'd snuck through before. And Abaya's there escorting people through, and as you sort of run past him, he just winks. As you all you dive into the culvert, and then there is this moment of you see the form of Zapanir just streak across trying to catch people. Abaya fails his constitution saving throw as the rest of you dive into the culvert.
Oh, shit.
And he's going to take...
I did think I could use... I've already used sending today, haven't I? The sending stones. I used it when we was in the Citadel, didn't I?
It's been a day? Did we... No.
That was loud and scared the shit out of me. As I used the dice on D&D on there.
If I haven't used it today, I can get word to Captain Swift to tell Ethereal to send help. Or
so the last time you used it was in Idril itself to get in touch with Ethereal to get you a writ out of the city. So you have had a long rest since then.
Yeah, we had a long rest next to the forest, didn't we? Did we? Something
you
like
did.
That? Yeah.
You rested next to the forest. It took you a couple of days to get here.
Use it again, mate. Go for it.
Okay,
so as you are figuring this out, Abaya turns to make sure everybody is in, and just this icy blast catches him and flings him backwards as he is encased in ice and sort of rolls. The ice cracks and he struggles to his feet and sort of stands up and looks back towards you as Zapanir spins around once more and icy breath roars down as Gindris just gets to it just after the breath hits. Talons rip along her back. He's going to take the full brunt again.
Abaya be dead.
I was going to say, am I anywhere near him? I suppose you can't really give him half cover on anything.
All in the culvert, so if you want to try and
I mean, somewhere try and shield him.
You're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck it. I'm gonna if there's any way that I'd be able to shield him.
Well, you won't be able to shield him. He has been caught once. But if you want to now try and grab him and pull him in as he gets hit with the second one.
Oh, 100%.
Not looking very good at all.
Yeah.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, it's 25.
25 is enough, so you are going to take 33 points of cold damage, reduced to 19? 17?
Yes. 17.
Yeah.
17, yeah, I can't do maths.
Yeah, and I will... I'll bonus action healing light him. I can only do it one. It's stupid. So that'll be 4 points back to him.
4 points.
Yeah, but I will...
Still very, very bloodied, very, very
doesn't
battered.
Matter. You know, I'm also keeping a few left for if I have to pull him back. But yeah, I will then just try and grab him into safety.
So you pull him into this culvert, and you can now... So you're dragging him, and his body is cold. Really cold. And he's sort of shaking as he goes into shock a little bit from these two blasts. And in your mind, you hear his voice this time. I'm not going to make it. Not like this. I've had my run. I can distract her at least. Let me do it. Let me do something good for once.
I won't let you die. I'm holding on to him. If he tried to escape that, he wouldn't have a great contest.
I'll say he's got advantage there. Okay. Roll with disadvantage, please. Strength athletics check, please.
Fuck, I'm still really good. Shite. Yeah, 24. Bloody hell.
You do feel him try to at least shift. But he's not going to move.
He's looking particularly fucked, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's very, very, very fucked.
Okay. Can I? Okay, actually, maybe this is something. If you'll allow me, can I do an insight on what he said to me, like how? Well, I just want to know. You know, is this his? You know, am I basically holding it against what he feels is like repentance? You know, am I doing him a disservice? That is. Absolutely terrible. 4.
You've met a buyer before, and it's difficult to read him even when he's speaking into your very mind. As this battle rages on, and you can see icy blasts now are ripping the city to pieces. The majority of the inhabitants are out. You do see a number of bodies encased in ice just in the courtyard beyond the culvert, and you can hear the screams of people as they begin to now sprint across farmland and out into the fields of Nylin beyond and the outskirts of Mantineer.
Okay,
and as you look, you then feel this sharp pain in your stomach as a buyer just with a dagger and twists. Because he rolled very high to hit there. That was an 18 on the dice with a plus 11 to hit. So you are going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Bear with.
And with that, a buyer is then going to wriggle out of your grasp with that pain taking you by surprise.
It does take me by surprise, but I shrug it off. I'm going to use one of my Stone's Endurance to not take that. I have rolled it, and it's completely nullified. And I'm going to just call back to him. You've done Nylin proud. A lot of people will remember you. And now, for the good. And that is going to be Rally. And I'm going to give him... that is 10 points of temporary HP.
Nice.
It's extra 30 seconds of life for him.
He's going to turn and unhook a short bow from his back. And as he does so, his hair bleeds white. His eyes go white. And he speaks into your brain once more, but this time it's like there's multiple whispers that speak with him. Tell Lena I'm sorry. You shouldn't have gone down that way. As I'm doing Remley's voice there. Fuck it.
Oh, we did kill our brother!
This is for...
Yeah, we knew that.
He never confirmed it, did he?
Oh, we knew it.
You hear almost like the disembodied voices of multiple spirits speaking into your brain as he says this, and he's just going to turn with this white hair now billowing out around him, almost providing a halo type of effect around him as he then just walks out, and Zapanir just streaks across and he pulls back, fires the short bow, misses, aims again, second arrow just arcs off and misses. Zapanir this time banks around. You can see Gindris out in the distance, just sort of circling the city, almost as if he's surveying the situation, and then makes a beeline towards Zapanir, and Abaya just runs, throws the short bow to the ground, just runs, sprints off behind a house, and you lose him, and then Zapanir just icy blast just rips apart this house, and it's gone. Ander, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm kind of still tending to my wounds. So are we escaping the same way everyone else is escaping?
Yeah, they're all running across the fields right now, so what are you doing?
I am preoccupied with making sure they all get out, so I've not really noticed what's happened with the buyer.
Based on the conversation you just had, are you doing anything with the sending stone at all?
Yes, actually, I will do that as well. So I will send a message to Captain Swift to say, Mantineer under attack by dragon. Tell Ethereal to rally the wizards. We need saving by any magical means possible. Ah!
That's 3 words.
You all now exit this culvert on the other side and begin to dart through the sort of the farmland and the trees beyond, and you can see everybody is seemingly heading in the same direction, sort of following one guard who is just in an all-out sprint, just going. Take a moment to glance back, and you can see Gindris has seen everybody and is now sort of trying to distract Zapanir as much as he can. Talon's just raking at her eyes as they climb into the sky together, and you can just see these streaks of white blast through the air. As you now run, Captain Swift's voice speaks back to you, Ander. Get them as close to East Vale as you can. That's all she says.
And then I will then just shout, get everyone to East Vale!
And you see this guard at the front sprinting, sort of turns and hears you and begins to bank left as he sprints off. And in that moment, I think we're going to take a short break.
Holy moly. See you in a minute.
Hello, we are back.
Howdy.
Danny's just doing his lumbering up, ready for this sprint across the field.
I was doing downward facing dog a minute ago, you should have seen that.
Not in the position you were in though, mate. That's for like the late night stream.
Yeah, I was 69 in dog, I was doing just then.
Excellent. So, yeah, apologies for this. I think the stream dropped out for a second just during the break there, but don't worry about that. So, we are back for the second half of episode 100, which has already proved to be... I've thoroughly enjoyed myself, is all I'm going to say so far, so hopefully everybody's enjoying it.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Please don't forget, if you're not following or subscribing, you have 0 chance of getting a giveaway right now. So, followers get 1 ticket into the bucket, subscribers get 5. Excuse me. So yeah, over the next 5 weeks we will be tallying up those tickets. Person with the most tickets gets a piece of art. Second person with the most tickets gets a piece of art. And the third person gets a special edition episode 100 2-year anniversary t-shirt. So please don't miss out on that. And so we are going to roll back time. While Dargon and Ander have been travelling, a half-orc and a hobgoblin have been in Esamir, preparing and casting. Kirek, you and Bothrid have made your way to the Temple of the Raven Queen. You have a certain object, if you can call it an object at this point, in your bag of holding. What would you like to do?
Well, I will leave sort of the Pegasus to fly around and just be kind of free. And
have you named your Pegasus at this point?
I have. Pegasus is named Peggy.
Peggy, love it. Last name Carter? No.
No. And basically I'm going to go to the Temple of the Raven Queen, and I'm going to with Bothrid around. I'm going to close the doors of the temple, and I'm going to think to myself, I hope the guys are doing okay. And then
they've been gone probably 10-15 minutes at this point, as I'm going to say.
Yeah. I think that they'll be fine. That they won't do anything. Everything is going to be all right.
Perception check.
Deception. Let's go with.
And while Kirek's making that, JK, I'm going to say we will get it to you if you are in a random location. We'll do our very best. I'm not really bothered on region, to be honest.
Yeah, the only thing we've seen that sometimes it takes a hell of a long time to get out to anywhere that isn't the UK. So
Yeah. We'll make sure it gets to you. Don't worry. Cool. Anyway,
that was 9.
9. Okay. You are solely focused now on the task at hand. Whatever's going on outside this temple, nothing. You do see Bothrid pop his head out for a moment and mutter something, and then he closes the door and actually finds the big, long plank of wood and bars the door. Turns and looks at you. Well, I didn't know how this was going to go, so figured we best contain the shit in here.
Yeah, me too. In fact, I'm going to do something before I attempt to bring him back, actually.
Okay. Do I need to puck her
up? No, I think he'll be okay.
Okay.
And I will, around the pool, draw. I'll use I'll start to use some kind of powdered iron that I have, and dropping some of the droplets of the pool on the iron as I'm going to cast a reverted, or an inverted even, magic circle.
Nice.
And I'm going to nominate Fae, meaning the Fae can't leave the magic circle.
Roger that. So you now create this sanctified area, which is the pool. And you see this shimmering barrier appear, and as Bothrid sort of walks towards it, you can see Bothrid actually struggles a bit. But being of Nylin and only very, very slightly Fae with the hobgoblin heritage, sort of stands next to you. Where do you need me?
Just on the edge of the circle, I think.
Okay.
If I pass out, please take me out of the water. I don't know what's going to happen, so.
Okay. He's going to reach up and actually pull the double-bladed Chimera quarterstaff off his back and hold that in one hand. And then he's going to sort of pat you on the shoulder. You got this, Kirek. Let's do it.
Good. I'm going to open the haversack. I'm going to take out the Gordon's body. And I'm going to gently walk into the pool with that body.
So I'll say you sort of lay the bag of holding on the side and pull Theogodon's body out and float it into the water, and then you step down into the water as well, just sort of keeping Theogodon's body, I say floating. You realise there's no air left in this body, so it just begins to slightly sink. And then you scoop your hands underneath and begin to now walk with this dead weight, quite literally, into the centre of the pool.
And I'm going to reach towards my pocket. I'm going to take out the big, expensive diamond. And I'll rest the diamond on top of his chest. And I'm going to place my hand on top of the diamond, which will slightly cut my hand. And as the sort of droplets of blood are dropping down the steams of the diamond, I am going to attempt to cast Resurrection.
Roll me a spellcasting ability check, please.
Sounds great. Not at all a bad idea. Spellcasting ability check. Using just the modifier.
So D20 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Yeah. Seventeen. Your blood begins to flow around the facets of this diamond and down towards Theogon's body. And those tendrils, if you like, beads of blood begin to flow out now across Theogodin's pallid skin. You can still see the damage to the armour and the wounds across his body that were dealt, the arrow wounds. The pool temperature drops dramatically. You feel the presence of death. And you almost instinctively, with Theogodin's body, just begin to drop beneath the surface of the pool and into the water as ice begins to just over the top. And you find yourself not in the pool, still in water, but in a somewhat familiar place. Been here a couple of times now, although this particular part is somewhat different. And if I'd been the responsible DM that I should be, I'd have actually pulled that up by now, and for some reason, in my newly changed lore, because I've done a lot of sorting, and now I can't find it, so bear with me. Is there anything you're doing in this moment, just while I'm sorting my shit out?
Loving the music, by the way. This is like the most awesome, creepy-ass temple music that you can possibly find while Kirek resurrects our foe.
I am thinking this is about it.
We've committed.
Yeah, right, there it is. There it is, staring me right in the face. So you find yourself now walking in a shallow pool area, but there are these patches of oily fire that just burn on the surface, and they seem to move quite independently. They flare up almost out of nowhere. Something tells you to avoid those flares. You see beyond you a wall of darkness, and you instinctively know, being so averse with death itself, that she has brought you exactly where you need to be. The 8th precinct. The 8th gate. You've been here once before. And that was when you sent Theogodin crashing through this veil. Make me a perception check, please.
Uh, 18.
You feel her before she appears. You sense her before she appears. This spectral figure of darkness, now more corporeal than ever before, in this black lace-like outfit. No longer with the mask on, but this porcelain coloured skin, eyes of inky black, the head of a raven around her neck on a necklace of sorts, and this lace dress which just sort of lays across her body. Well, Kirek, you do like to bend the rules, don't you?
It's going to be a sort of cheeky smile that appears on my mouth, and I'll say, I learned that from you.
Yes, I suppose you did. She returns the smile. I know of what you ask, but for this, for someone who has journeyed beyond the 9th, there must be a price. So, Kirek, what will you give me in return for this small favour?
I will being granted the power to do this, I will not stop until every single one of them in the Black City is brought before you.
Will you kill a god for me, Kirek?
Yes. Without hesitation, he just replies.
I have had champions before. No one with the conviction you have had, and continue to have. I chose well. I will bring him back to here. You must convince him. Beyond that, When the task is done, I will rip his very being apart and claim that soul once more.
Of course, it is yours. No one else's.
Just this once, Kirek. I will tear the veil. You will kill this god for me.
I will.
Her form is going to move towards you. And it's a smooth, floating motion. Her arms open up and you can see the lace dress that she wears, the skirt of it actually loops up into hoops that she's got around her wrists. So as she extends her arms out, the dress itself lifts up and almost itself forms this veil or cape of darkness beneath her. Embrace me now.
I will move forward and embrace.
And her arms wrap around you, and you feel yourself colder still. Really trying to acknowledge it, but it's amazing. As the arms embrace you, you who have been alienated from family feel a motherly embrace, a matron's embrace. She pulls you in. For you, Kirek, and only for you. She lets you go, takes a step back and looks towards the 8th gate, the gate to the 9th precinct. She looks back over her shoulder for a moment, and you see the flash of a smile as she stalks through the gate and just steps through that veil into darkness. Make me a perception check, please.
Uh, 22.
You see them now. The great denizens of death. The monsters, the creatures that would, given the opportunity, rip you asunder. And they keep their distance. They almost form a barrier, a ring, around an area where you stand, shield in hand, armour still gleaming with that slight hint of silver, despite the greyish tones of death. Not waiting, but keeping their distance out of fear.
I don't even look at them.
The next thing you hear is almost like the scream of a newborn child. And those screams continue as they turn from newborn to the sound of a screaming infant, to a screaming person. And as the Raven Queen, the matron of death herself, steps back through that veil, her arm trails behind her, and those long, bony fingers with long, sharp black nails just drag and then throw something towards you. And as it comes through, it just burns with this ghostly flame and writhes in pain as this form grows and stretches out and becomes an emaciated husk of Theogodin, which over time fills out as the body twists and those screams continue and the eyes, lifeless, take on form once more. And shakily, Theogodin places a hand down and stands. Where am I?
Well, I suppose you would consider it hell, which is what you deserve, but maybe not the type of hell that you were promised, but in death, let's say.
This is different. I was in fire. Torn. Over and over. This is quiet.
I am not as good with words as our friend Ander. But I am the only one that can communicate with you currently. Therefore, I'm the one who's here. I hope that by now... Well, he should do. You killed me.
And you sent me beyond.
Indeed, that's my job.
What do you want?
To give you a chance. Wouldn't call it redemption, but maybe atonement. A lot has happened since last we saw you. We have discovered who your master is, and we have these, and I will show the ice tattoo on my arm. Just like you have yours, and I'll point at his shoulder.
Which
so we have learned to
just look down at.
Yep. And we have learned a great many things. However, there are some things that we do not know, and some things that are needed. And that's where you come in. I am to bring you back. And I am to give you a chance to fight on the right side of history. You have been fooled. I hope you realize now. Whatever powers you were promised, whatever throne you were prophesized, it hasn't come to pass. And before you is not the Lord of the Nine Hells standing. It's me. He's not thinking of you. He's not thinking of any of them, and I'll slightly point towards the monsters around me. Clearly, he does not care. And even after everything that you did to us, especially even after everything you did to Ander, I am the one standing here, giving you a chance.
The boy lives.
The man lives, yes.
I've seen his gifts, promises come to pass. I was nothing without his power. What use can I be like this?
You have what many people, I'm afraid, ignore when it comes to war. You have information. You know what stands beyond the walls of the Black City. You know the forces behind. You know what his plan is. That information would be very useful.
He's hesitating and thinking, almost like he's not sure what to say. Can you make me 2 separate persuasion rolls, please?
Yes, it can.
I will allow you to change 1 to intimidation if you like, based on what you've just described and said.
I will definitely do that, because apparently my intimidation is quite good. So first one, persuasion, is a 7. Intimidation is an 18.
You can see and you study his facial expressions. Gaunt figure. The eyes that once burned bright red, now these dull grey eyes. So now you notice that he was once a winter Eladrin. He hears what you say and appears behind him, where you can sort of see the Raven Queen just admiring her hand and her nails, and as he looks at her, she just tilts her head and smiles wickedly. And he is just going to shakily turn his head back to you. If I do this, will I live?
You'll be given a chance. You will live whilst the task is incomplete. After that, depending on your behavior, there might be a conversation to be had.
His head's going to turn back around again to look towards the matron. And he's going to look back at you. My life is ended. I accept that now. I have seen his gifts, his rewards. Looks down towards his left shoulder now, and you can still see the faint mark of a jagged crown with curling horns. And he's just going to take his hand and digs into the skin and rips the flesh from his shoulder and throws it into one of the oily patches of fire. Where it just and you can see tears that roll down his face as that pain overtakes him, but he does his best to hold him back. And although he looks at you and speaks now, you can tell he's not speaking to you. If I am to help, I will need power. I bound myself to the wrong power before. I see now the finality in existence. I am yours until I am done.
Could I insight check that?
Yes.
31. That was a natural 20.
You've met Theogodin multiple times. You see the pain across his face, and you see his eyes truthfully for the first time, and there is no lie in his voice. If anything, he has poured every ounce of his charisma into trying to convince whoever he was speaking to that he needs that power. And he rolled quite high. She is going to look at you, Kirek. Do we have use for him, Kirek? Beyond his knowledge?
With you standing behind him, anyone can be powerful.
know this, cursed one. When you are done, I will claim you, and you will walk with me through all 9 of these gates once again. The direction you travel will be based on what you do from here on in. Do not seek to harm my champion, for you will not be able to. And if you seek to harm his allies, I will rip you from this world, and I will take you. You have seen hell, but you have not seen death yet. And that threat echoes throughout death itself.
Even Kirek felt that.
He falls to his knees and just holds his arms out, and you can see now the shoulder joint where he is not just ripped flesh away, but he has ripped muscle away. And she is going to reach a spindly, long-fingered hand and place her hand over it. And there is this ghostly glow as he just... And you can just hear this sizzle of skin. Skin reforms. And where once there was skin and bone, raven feathers now appear. He stands. Well then, Master of Ravens, I walk with you until my task is done. Are we to kill a god? That was a question, sorry.
Yeah. And to bring him before her.
May he feel every ounce of pain he has brought me. I am reborn. Roll me another d20 and add your spellcasting ability modifier, please. And do so at advantage.
At advantage? Ooh, first one's still good. Second one's worse. So that's... sorry. 22.
22. The Raven Queen is going to stalk beyond Theogodin this time, and her form begins to grow once more into that beyond comprehension size. It is done, Kirek. I am trusting you. But you need more. And her hand is going to reach out, and where it reaches out, it becomes shadow itself and darkness, and touches your shield, which begins to shimmer and shift, and the raven wings grow. The gemstones, the rubies that formed the eyes itself, split. 5 eyes on this raven now. The very beak itself extends out and curves round as your shield grows. And it also grows in height. Extends down, becoming less of a normal sized shield into something more of a tower shield now. And I will send you what that means later on.
Amazing.
Go now, Kirek. And you, servant, remember your promises tonight, today, all days, until your tasks are done. Guard the veil, and bring me that bastard's head.
We will.
She is going to place a hand on both of you as you say that and just pushes, and you feel yourselves shift through 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 gates. You're in a shallow pool of water now. You feel a warmth behind you. As you turn and look, you can see Bothrid gripping the Chimera's double-bladed quarterstaff. Chimera's horned double-bladed quarterstaff. Looking around, you can see the strain in his forearm, the nerves, the sweat on his brow. And you see that warmth of life. Theogodin looks towards you, Kirek. By your lead, champion.
I'm going to try to pick him up and then realize that I am incredibly weak. And I will kind of shout to Bothrid as I kind of start to step back and exiting the pool from the steps.
You stumble towards life, and Theogodin actually loops his arm around you and holds you and brings you back towards life and sort of pushes you through. And as he pushes you through, ice cracks around you and you shoot up through the surface of the water and bringing that corpse back up as the corpse muscle begins to fill out. Hair begins to form back into a neater, more cropped form. Eyes begin to shift into these silvery white eyes as this icy blue skin forms. Apart from one shoulder, where these raven feathers billow out. Bothrid is going to launch himself into the pool and just drags you out, seeing you sort of struggling to keep afloat. And then he's going to turn the double-bladed quarterstaff towards Theogodin. You.
It's alright, Bothrid. It's alright.
Slowly, nervously, Bothrid places the double-bladed quarterstaff back. He's going to look down towards you, Kirek. You've been gone hours.
Oh. It was minutes for me. How long? What time is it?
Well, I had to rest. Put it that way. It's been almost a day. Tried to get the mages to contact Dogon, but they're all busy. I thought you were dead.
Out of game, how long would you say that Theogodin's been dead for?
Theogodin himself has been dead for a few months, maybe.
A few months. Less than a year is my question.
Less than a year, yes.
Okay, cool. In that case, I am not as weak as I thought I was. He is, though. He's got -4 to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. He recovers one of those every time he completes a long rest.
His form is not as you remember it. The skin is still pallid, even for a winter Eladrin, and you've only ever seen a few of these in the Feywild when you were there. You can still see in the tattered clothes that he wears the arrow wounds. A single arrow wound that pierced his very heart. He is not quite alive, or something is strange about him.
Can I cast Eyes of the Grave just for fun?
Beyond the veil. Eyes of the Grave. There is this aura around him of undeath.
Cool.
There is then this on the door.
Oh, we better open that.
Bothrid's going to sort of quickly throw the double-bladed quarterstaff on his back, sprints over to the door, sort of lifts off the bar and pulls the door inwards. What? You must come quickly. Mantineer is under the track. Dargon, Ander, they've sent word. It's not good. Your friends are in danger. Are you finished? This particular mage of Idril is bewildered, shocked, totally gobsmacked right now, doesn't know what to do.
I will look towards Theogodin and I will say, stay here. Reflect on what everything meant, and I will dispel the magic circle, close the door of the temple behind me, and turn towards the mage. Say, lead the way. And I'll communicate to Peggy to come down.
Peggy sort of lands and trots along the cobblestones next to you as you all begin to run and follow this mage, and the mage leads you into the throne room of Esamir, which has been turned into this makeshift war room, and you can now see on this map, and with all the various figures, there are 2 winged figurines that have been placed. And Ethereal is in a hushed conversation with Deimos and a couple of the other mages. And you can see the crew of the Winter's Tale around. None of them look particularly pleased right now. They all look a little bit shocked and afraid. Ethereal is going to see you coming.
Well, it's about bloody time, boy.
Where are they?
As far as we can tell, they have escaped the city, but that bitch of a dragon somehow has survived, and she is laid waste. There is a second dragon. I have Silver or something. Gandrus or some name.
Yeah, I'm familiar. Are they still in the city?
I couldn't get us to Eastvale. Well, they were exiting the city and sprinting. I told this one, and he points towards Captain Swift, to tell them to get as close to Eastvale as possible. I have sent 4 mages through already. What are we doing, Kirek? I cannot take on a dragon alone, and my mages are not equipped.
That's a good thing you're not alone then.
For once, you catch him off guard.
No, I suppose I'm not.
Get us there.
Well, very well. Follow me.
You all exit the war room. Deimos, Ethereal, 4 more mages. The crew of the Winter's Tale themselves refuse to stay behind. They come with you. Bothrid, Theogodon walks. Oh no, Theogodon's left in the temple. Sorry. Bothrid, the whole group of you now approach that shopping mall again, and you dash up the stairs and wander up the stairs. Ethereal pulls out a hand and a spellbook appears in his hand, and he flips through pages, slams his hand down even, closes the book, throws out some components, just closes his eyes and begins to chant, and blue flames begin to ripple around this spell circle.
Now, go.
As we're walking, sorry, pulling back slightly, as we're walking towards this place, could I kind of go in pace with Captain Swift and tell us?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I would turn to her and say, this fight is too dangerous. I want you to stay and help the people through. The Wardens will handle this.
Captain Swift looks at you, looks at her crew.
She'll take that offer. I would.
And she is going to look dead in your eyes. You think I'm missing the chance to fight a dragon? You can fuck right off, Kirek. And she runs beyond you and jumps into this teleportation circle.
5th level hold person, please.
Bralin doesn't break stride either. He continues on through. Karstan's going to sort of run and jump, wink at you, pulls out his rifle and jumps and sort of does this almost back sink into the teleportation circle, not realising quite how they work. Gore and I've totally forgot the name of the fucking turtle, so bear with me just a second, but Gore does wander on past and he's just going to look at you and say,
Hedam.
Well, Hedam, thank you. Totally fucking
hell.
We know him, but no one else's name.
Yeah. Gore sort of steps up to you, Kirek.
Well, my friend, now is the time to pucker our ones.
Ah, totally fucked the accent there.
He nearly went Welsh.
I did almost go Welsh.
Pucker our ones are our souls, so to
I have gone French.
so to speak.
He's continental, that's all we know.
Kirek will wonder what that means.
And Gore is just gonna disappear through, and as Gore disappears through, there's these sparks of lightning. Hedam wanders through, one arm still missing, the other arm clutching his staff, and he just walks, doesn't say anything. And then Geo sort of flits up next to you. Oh, come on then, let's get this done. She's gonna dance into the portal as well. The 4 mages step forward. Bothrid, seeing the crew of the Winter's Tale, is just going to look at you, Kirek.
Well, we killed a green one. Let's go fuck up a white one.
And he's going to wander on through as well.
I'll.
Kirek, what are you doing in this moment?
I'll go to Peggy, mount, and go through the portal.
Yeah.
Peggy just dips her head and charges forward. And Theoriel's going to shift himself in as he holds. Theo's in
Theo's at the temple. Theo's at the temple. Oh, he's fucking useless in the fight right now.
Theo's going to shift himself forward with his hands still on the floor around this circle. And beneath his breath.
I fucking killed you once, you bitch. Time to do it again.
And that is where we are going to leave it tonight.
Let's kill a dragon next week.
So,
no pressure.
I have thoroughly enjoyed episode 100. Thank you to my amazing players. You're all fucking awesome. That was brilliant. Like, start to finish, amazing. Everything a DM could ever want out of his party. So thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who's been in the chat. It's been absolutely on fire tonight. We've collected all the names, so everybody's going to get that extra ticket going into the pot. If you've not subscribed, now is your time to do it so that you can get the 5 tickets in the pot. So for anybody that has joined us late, apologies, you're going to have to go watch this on YouTube on Friday. But yes, we are doing the giveaway. So we will release the details of what the rules of the giveaway are on social media, just so I've not got to repeat myself. We'll probably add something in to the auto posting into the chat, because Streamlabs, thank you, that's the bit I need as my brain tries to cope with what's just happened, just so people know what's going on. But yes, there is a giveaway, so 2 pieces of artwork and a t-shirt up for grabs. We'll reveal those winners on episode 104. Before episode 104, there is going to be the live stream. Literally before episode 104, there will be the live stream on the Saturday from 3 p.m. Thanks to the Place Bedford, you can catch myself and Samau live in person, playing together in person at a table with 3 guest stars. And that will be live on Twitch for you all to see. Please support the rest of the stream as well. It's going to be amazing. Check us out on social media. Check out the podcast. If you want to rewatch this episode, which I will definitely be doing on Friday, just to sort of take it in when I'm not trying to be a DM, and sort of take in all of that atmosphere. Yes, check that out on Friday. The podcast will be going out at the same time. If you are listening to the podcast, please leave a rating or review. It is all the more helpful. Please stick around, because we are going to raid, so we will drop you into another channel of more D&D goodness. So yes, thank you so much for all the support. It is amazing we've reached episode 100. Again, thank you to my players. I love you all. This has been amazing. I am so looking forward to episode 101. Much love to you all. Peace out. Stay safe even, and we'll see you next week.